Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now. Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now.
Great day, everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you like and share this post. We have great things that's in store for you. Divine Connections is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. It's faith-based and inspirational. We connect with gospel artists, entrepreneurs, authors, pastors, anybody that's doing something positive in the community. So first, we're going to go over some Divine Connections news. You can now order your copy of Divine Connections magazine. Now, this is the issue that just came out from Mother's Day. Over 40 stories of why their mom is the best mom ever. That was the first time I did that, but it was very successful. And so you want to get a copy of this. All right. So now if you missed the one right before that one, it's this one. Okay, so you guys make sure you go to the website and get a copy of Divine Connections magazine. Okay, next on the agenda is our vendor opportunity. Divine Connection is coming in September. Saturday, September 11th is my 11th magazine anniversary. I bring in choirs, praise dance, mimes, and vendors, food trucks, and we make it happen. We celebrate each other, we enjoy each other ministries, and we support other businesses as well. And another accomplishment with Divine Connections, another year that God has blessed us with. And so we definitely give God all the honor and all the glory with that. So if you're interested in being a vendor at the event, please text 336-338-8903. And I'm doing something special. I'm going to actually ask all sponsors as well, maybe 10 sponsors, so we can actually push your business or your ministry as well. So if you're interested or want to find out more information about the opportunity, text 336-338-8903. Next on our agenda is we create 30-second and 60-second commercials. So if you have a business, if you have a ministry, if you have a book, if you are a gospel artist and you want to be on the cutting edge and get your video created, make sure to connect with us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. And we will look forward to creating you a custom video, 30-second or 60-second one, and we'll make it happen. Another opportunity is on the board. So as you see before and after my shows, I have them on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do sponsorships. So if you would like your business, your ministry to be on this broadcast, we're doing 30-second spots. And if you would like a spot, it is a 3-month agreement for $150. You can be on a Divine Connections for 3 months while I'm doing these interviews and get your business and ministry out there as well. So I am definitely excited. And so because the event is coming up in just a couple of more months, the tickets are actually already available. So if you want to go ahead and purchase your ticket, it's only $12. Go ahead and lock it in and get it behind you. There are going to be gospel artists, praise dance, mimes, vendors, food trucks, and we're going to network and worship together. Awesome. So we want you to stay connected to Divine Connections. Our Facebook is Divine Connections Marketing. Go and like and follow us there. Our Instagram is Divine Connections, one word. Follow us there as well. And then also make sure you connect with our YouTube channel. Go to The Divine Connections. Make sure you put the S on there. The Divine Connections. Subscribe and click the notification so you can know what's going on and you can make it happen with us and like and share. Okay. Awesome. And so I'm grateful today that we have a wonderful, wonderful person that we have as our guest today. And so I'm going to do a small intro first and then we'll bring her on. Hold tight.
I help people get to the core of who they are, kind of burn down the blueprint that was given to them by their teachers and their parents and the media.
When did you decide this is where you wanted to go and not teach anymore? Can you explain that to the people out there? Because I'm sure there might be people out there that might be interested in maybe doing something like you're doing or something like that. So
because you've mentioned it, and I know for me what I think I've matured when it comes to relationships and stuff, and I've noticed that.
I mean, only so much I feel like chemistry can be, seen or felt through a video or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's a huge chunk that is definitely taken out. But like you said, it's probably good because.
But once again, thank you for coming again and being on the show with us and answering those questions. I think you've helped a lot of people. I'm not even going to say their other half. They're
No.
They're completed person.
Awesome. Will you help me welcome the one and only Miss Monica? Welcome, welcome, y'all. This is my new sister. We connected through a wonderful, wonderful organization, ATS. You will hear more about it. But today I am grateful to have Miss Monica on the line. So, Miss Monica, introduce yourself, tell people where you're from, and a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I know we've been talking about this a few times already, so I appreciate that. I'm Monica. I'm from Galveston, Texas, so south of Houston. I was raised an only child. I played sports. I did everything as a kid. Grew up, went to school for nutrition and food science, graduated, worked in the fitness industry for over 12 years. I'm a general manager in the fitness industry. So mostly grew up in the sales side of things. So I have a lot of experience in sales and decided to leave corporate world about 4 years ago. It was the best decision and the hardest decision I ever made. Start my own business. And I've done a lot of things since. And here I am. Here I am.
Awesome. So why was it so hard to transition of something that you love to do? Like, what were some nuggets of why you wanted to change over?
To be honest, it was taking up too much of my time and it wasn't paying me enough, or at least what I thought was enough. My passion was in real estate investing and I didn't even have time to really focus on that. So I also felt like I'm not good with being someone's labor force. I wanted to work for myself and I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to make my own decisions. I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. I'm pretty self-motivated, so I knew that wouldn't be an issue. But I think the biggest fear of leaving the corporate world is I was programmed. I was programmed to understand that you get a job, you work at that job for 30 plus years, you retire, you get a retirement check and you live off your retirement. But a retirement check, we know was not sufficient for me because I know people who are retired and I've seen it and it's not the kind of life I want to live. So, and you see these Walmart greeters who their retirement check ran out. So now they're working part-time at the front, so that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted, but I was afraid to leave because I had benefits, medical benefits, 401k, all that stuff. And they use all these things to kind of hold you back. And so it took me a while to finally pull the trigger. And then one day I was just, like I think I've mentioned before, like I used to pray for promotion and pray for more money and all that. And then one day I was like, I'm just going to pray to get me out of here. Get me out of here. Give me the strength to get out, figure it out. I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards. So I did. And then I decided construction just because there's money in construction. My dad, my grandfather, and my uncles all grew up as construction workers. Obviously, I wasn't going to be a construction worker, but I did want to own my own construction company. So help from him, plus studying myself and reading and doing all the research that I needed to do, I left. So I left the corporate world. It was tough. I failed a few times. There were things that I didn't know. I had to kind of fake it to make it through, but when you get in those situations, it forces you to push yourself harder. So I knew that there was nothing to fall back on. It was either I make it or I move back in with my parents, and that wasn't happening.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So I did. And the first route that I took with the construction side, I was working with a business partner. He had integrity issues. So I decided to branch off on my own. So I started Women's Test Construction and got some great projects, and it worked out for me, you know? So I knew I did have the faith that it would work out, even if I did have some struggles throughout that process. And it did. So I became my own boss, and then the pandemic hit, brought everything to a halt. So unfortunately, my projects got put on hold. I didn't panic at first because I had, some savings. So I was like, okay, I'm good. But after a year, I was like, this is never ending. So, but it was good. I tell people, although the pandemic, it's a terrible thing because a lot of people got sick and died and, all that. So although it was a terrible thing, it was also a blessing at the same time because I got to dip my hands in other things that I never would have done. ATS being one, investing in cryptocurrency and stock exchange, all that stuff I would have never gotten into. So could start my own podcast. So there's so many things that I was able to get into that I probably would have never done had the pandemic not shown up on us.
Awesome. So tell us about your podcast. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So the podcast I decided to start, I was hesitant because I'm not one to really just talk on camera all the time. That's not me. I'm more of the behind the scenes person. But being in what I call the rainbow community, it's very hard for a lot of people. And I've seen a lot of people, they can't be themselves because they're shunned by their parents or family due to religious reasons or just not accepted by society. So I saw that happening a lot. Some people that I knew and then a lot of people that I didn't know. And it's very sad. It's very sad because it causes a lot of trauma for these, especially the younger people, when you're starting to grow up and you're in high school and you're still trying to figure out who you are. So I wanted to start the podcast, not only for my community, but also for the allies, the parents who have children that they may think are gay or bisexual or whatever the case may be, just to kind of open up that line of communication, because I think we need to understand both sides. We need to understand the child's side, who's the child that's coming out and to who's stepping into who they are and to own their truth. But we also need to understand the parents and the family members' sides that they didn't grow up that way. They didn't grow up around a lot of gay people, so they don't understand. So sometimes it could be a lack of understanding as well. So we really need to close that gap. Although it's gotten a little bit better, there's still a lot of work to be done. So I wanted to start that podcast just to kind of let people know that they're not the only ones out there that have struggles, and hopefully that they'll be able to open up to people, because there's a lot of people that have the same concerns and struggles. Suicide rate is still high in that community. So it's just kind of to get the word out there. And if they have someone that they need to talk to or connect with, they can reach out to us and we'll get them in the right hands.
Awesome. So you went from working in the gym to construction to ATS, making sacrifices throughout all of those transitions and those things, I guess, that God has allowed you to learn skills in, but also progress to where you are now. And so you was minding your own business, and then you connected back with a young man named Antonio. So tell us about that experience.
So I've known Antonio since middle school, and yeah, like I've said before, we were Facebook friends probably since Facebook even started. And I never saw his posts. Maybe because I wasn't on Facebook a lot. I don't know, but I never saw his posts. Pandemic hit. I was doing like everybody else, Netflix and chill for 2 weeks and doing nothing. And I got bored. I got on Facebook and I saw one of his posts about a sales position. Well, my whole history is sales. I've been doing sales for years. So I sent him a message and I was like, what are you doing? You know, so we went back and forth for a little bit. He told me a little about what he was doing. And he said, here, watch these videos. And I did. I watched them all. And it was just like, I guess after talking to him, I was originally going to just kind of do it part-time until construction picked up again. But when I really got to understand what his vision was, I realized like, this is something bigger than people really know right now, you know? So I understood that this is a startup and a lot of people don't understand what's really about to happen.
Right.
So I bought in and I told him, I said, look, I was originally going to do this part-time, but I really like what you're doing here. He was helping people. And that's what I missed about the fitness industry, because in construction, you're not really helping people. You are indirectly, but it's not like you see people's transformations, you know, like fitness industry, someone loses 100 pounds, you see a difference in their personality and they change as a person. So with what Antonio's doing with entrepreneurs and helping people grow their business and make money and become successful, you see people change and you see people change for the better. And that was what I missed. So it kind of filled that void for me. And it's just a great thing that he's doing. And I can't wait to see what's going to take place here in the next 2 years, you know? So he's growing fast and I'm excited to see.
Awesome. And so Antonio T. Smith, the owner of ATS, you guys, that name and that word you definitely want to stay familiar with. I'm telling you, great things are happening right now. And God had just directed her path. And now she is here. But I promise you, as she sowed seeds and sacrificed, God is going to bless her exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask and think for. So we are grateful. And then I connected with her on ATS, and she is such a blessing to me. So we stay connected. And so let's see, can we share, let's do maybe 2 or 3 things of what's going on with ATS, just so our audience can hear. We're going to say ATS TV, game development, and what's the other one? And Mexit News. So let's briefly give the people a little bit of why they want to get connected with us and a little bit about those 3 topics.
Well, the first thing is one thing about him, and this is one thing that I like the most about him, is although I'm working with him and running all the sales side of things, he allows me to continue to do my own thing. So I'm still able to have my own business, do my thing in addition to what I'm doing with him. So that's one thing that I really respect. Another thing is he's a visionary. So some of this stuff is just, people would think it's insane. You know, you were mentioning Mexit News. So for someone to create their own news station to get people out of the middle class, because what it is we know CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, a lot of them say the same thing. They're scripted. They're all scripted. They're all told what to say. We know there's only a few companies that own hundreds of stations, and it's not real. It's not raw. It's not genuine. And people are tired of that. People are tired of, you know, all that smoke that they blow up. You know what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to get into that, but people are tired of it. So what he decided to do is create groups of people, give them topics to discuss, and it's normal people. It's normal people having discussions about these topics, giving their opinion, even if it's controversial and they disagree, at least it's real. They're speaking from their heart. They're talking about what their opinion is on this, which is also the opinion of probably a lot of other people that are going to be listening to this. So for him to start his own news station called Mexit, which is Middle Class Exit, because there's so much propaganda, and people don't understand that being in the middle class, like, it's set up that way. Like, it's set up for you to be in the middle class. And you need to figure out why, and you need to figure out the formula to get out of the middle class. So that's that's the point of that. The other thing, which is ATS TV. So that's his version of Netflix. And I know most people haven't seen it yet, but those who have, you've seen there's a lot of funny clips, things that go on in the office. There's a documentary, Desegregation, that he's already posted. A lot of it's going to be originals, real people's stories. He does have a couple of groups from Mexit News on there. So it's just going to be his version of Netflix, which I think is going to be cool. And he's already loading all the stuff to watch. It's going to have an algorithm too. So it's going to give you suggestions based off what you like. So it's just cool. It's just cool that someone can actually think so far down into, like, I want to create my own Netflix. Like, people don't typically do that. So I'm excited for that. And then you mentioned gaming. The gaming thing's going to be good just because we have a lot of adults that play video games, but mostly kids growing up. They all want PlayStation to play PlayStations, and they spend so many hours playing video games that what he decided to do is, well, that's fine. If you want to play video games all day, great, but learn how to create the video game. Like, create your own video game so you can make money while you're playing these video games. So it's brilliant because if kids want to play video games, they're going to want to program their own video games. So he's creating courses to teach people how to create their own video games and how to do the programming behind it and the coding and all that stuff that goes with it. So I think it's great because a lot of these young children out there, to be able to grow up and have a stream of income by doing something that they love. We didn't have that. Like, nobody showed us how to make a Nintendo when we were young.
Right.
So yeah. Thank you, Tempest. Yeah, Tempest put the website out there, AntonioTSmithJr.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us how we can stay connected with you and what you have going on.
You can find me on social media, on Facebook, Monica Hernandez, or Instagram, Monica_Elena_. My website for my podcast is therainbowmixpodcast.com. And you can email us at info@therainbowmixpodcast.com as well. So I'll get all the emails there that I'll be checking. So I am around, or you can find me at ATS. So that's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. So I'm here and I'm ready to, just watch people join our community and grow and do all the group economics that we tend to do.
Awesome. Give me that website again. Let me see if I can type it in.
TheRainbowMixPodcast.com.
All right. All right. See if I got it right. Let me know if that's right.
That's right.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. You guys go to that website. And as she was saying, we have great things going on. She does construction. You can still connect with her with that. She's a part of ATS. She does a podcast. Make sure you connect with that. Y'all, we have Mexit News. We're exiting out of the middle class. You're going to see a lot of this. I promise you to tell you, stay connected. Stay connected. If your kids and you love to play games, make sure you stay connected. We have opportunities where you can create your own game, turn around, and then make money from it, because you're going to be selling it to your family and your friends and Google and Apple and all of that. Interested, make sure you inbox us. And what was the last one? Mexit News, ATS TV.
ATS TV.
Yeah, ATS TV as well. Anything else you want to share? What's going on?
Well, there's going to be a lot more. So
Yeah.
When the rest of the stuff rolls out, we can definitely chat again, and I'll update you on all the other things that are coming out. He's continuously rolling things out. But like I mentioned, even if you have a full-time job or part-time job, get connected, because there's a lot of things that are taught on how to create other streams of income. And there's been people within the organization that have left, some of our members who had jobs, and they quit their jobs, and now they're starting doing their own thing. They're making enough cash flow with whatever product they decided to start selling or whatever service they have. So if you're tired of the paycheck to paycheck, and you give 10% to the church and 90% goes to bills, if you're tired of that and you want to enjoy life and travel and save your money and get what you want, then create those other streams of income. Don't bank on that one, because we learned during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people lost their homes. So it was a rude awakening for some. So just don't be that person. We'll guide you, we'll help you, and we'll walk you through it.
Awesome. So basically, if you're ready for a shift, if you're ready for a change, and if you know that there is greater in you to be done by you, as I always used to hear Miss Davis talk about, there's greater in you to be done by you. I promise you, if you connect with ATS, God will open your eyes and show you some things and connect you with the right things, and your life will definitely be different. She went through transition from her jobs, from job to business, and to now with a powerful organization. I worked, 19 years. And in the pandemic, I went through a transition. So now I am focusing on working my business full time, as well as staying connected with ATS, because I know there's great things that's going on to even enhance me individually, personally, spiritually, and business wise as well. So if you're looking for something like that, there's greater, there's more. There's so much more that's inside of you. And then if you connect with the right person or the right things, that God will bring some things to your mind and to your spirit that you need to connect with. And so that's why we are here, and we're doing great things for the kingdom and the community. So anything else you want to share, Miss Monica?
No, I just want to say thank you to you, and I'm glad you're a part of it as well. I'm looking forward to your future as well, and the people that you've brought in. It's a great group so far, and things are rolling. They're going fast. So jump on the train. That's all I'm gonna tell. That's all I want to say.
Awesome. And I forgot to say, we have our calls on 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Time, and you can just listen in. So how do you get started? Just come in and listen. If you're interested, connect with us and just say, I want to know what you're talking about. I want to hear what's going on, and make sure you stay connected, and we will guide you in. And then I promise you, got to do the rest.
That's right.
Do the rest. And so thank you again, Miss Monica. Anything else you want to share with us? Well, I will say in December, tell them what's going on in December too with ATS.
December, we have the Dominate Conference. So those who attended this last conference last weekend saw how amazing it was. It was very similar to like an Apple conference with some of the releases that took place. So December is going to be just as good. So you definitely don't want to miss it, because it's going to be great. And I can't wait to start being able to do those in-person conferences as well. But yeah, December 4th and 5th, I believe, are the dates. Yeah. So. And that's it. So thank you again for having me. And, I love being here with you, and yeah, let's rise. Let's rise up to the top. Let's do it.
For sure. I just wanted to say thank you, Grace. There's the information for the conference, you guys. Thank you, Ms. Monica, for coming on. I'm telling you guys, stay connected to this awesome woman of God. She is a blessing. You get connected. Ask her about her podcast. Check it out. She is reaching out to the community, really basically showing love to let you know that she is here for you, and she has a platform to help connect people and give understanding, because I know the Bible says above all getting, get an understanding. And so we are here. Make sure you connect with her. Thank you, Ms. Monica, for coming on. And you guys check out this conference. Oh, December 3rd and 4th. Okay, December 3rd and 4th. Make sure you guys get a ticket. Connect with us on Facebook. We'll give you more information. And I love Tempest and the crew. What's up, Temp? And thank you. She is putting out information. And Mexit Verse is the Mexit News website, correct?
Right.
And, okay. All right. So make sure you guys
is free. So check it out. Yeah.
Say that again.
Mexit Verse is free. So
okay.
So check it out. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Anything else before we leave, Ms. Monica?
No, ma'am. I'm excited. And thank you again. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Well, thanks for being a friend. I really appreciate it. Thanks for connecting. My new sister, y'all, is about to be on. It's about to be on. Stay connected. Right. That's Ms. Monica. Thank you for being my guest today. And this is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. You all have a phenomenal day, and we're going to turn it over and let you see her video again, and then we'll turn it over to our sponsors, and you all have a phenomenal, I was looking at Grace comment, a phenomenal day. Awesome. So check out her podcast. Here you go.
Yes.
I help people get to the core of who they are, kind of burn down the blueprint that was given to them by their teachers and their parents and the media.
When did you decide this is where you wanted to go and not teach anymore? Can you explain that to the people out there? Because I'm sure there might be people out there that might be interested in maybe doing something like you're doing or something like that. So
because you've mentioned it, and I know for me what I think I've matured when it comes to relationships and stuff, and I've noticed that.
I mean, only so much I feel like chemistry can be, seen or felt through a video or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's a huge chunk that's definitely taken out. But like you said, it's probably good because.
But once again, thank you for coming again and being on the show with us and answering those questions. I think you've helped a lot of people. I'm not even going to say their other half.
No.
They're completed person.
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.